What's poppin', you guys? What's cracking, everybody? How are you guys doing today? What's up, fam? So right as I was about to stream, I have the dogs with me. I brought back Koa and Tyler from Angie's house. Koa has been absolutely terrorizing my life. And I was literally about to go put her in the crate because I knew she was going to act crazy. She decided to go number 2 in our guest room, in my guest room. And I couldn't leave it. I had to clean it up. And that is why I was late. So my apologies, guys. Let's get some things, a situation. Val, what's poppin'? Hey, girl, hey. What's going on? Let's get a screensaver in the background going on so we can set the ambiance. There's my library. Some screensavers. Looks pretty cool. That actually looks pretty cool. I like that. I like that. That dog. Oh my God. Listen, she's down here and she fell asleep. She is. I told Angie, I said, oh, she's going to test my patience. She's been, listen, I was on a call today. I'm going to tell you guys. Hey, girl, hey. I'm going to tell you as soon as this countdown comes off. Hey, Mamacita. Love you, Jackie. Jackie, we got to connect because I know that you guys are doing the expo for the American Dream. I'll hit you up on Monday so we can talk work stuff because we're not talking work stuff. But the only reason why I say that is because tomorrow is the housing partnership, their expo in Morris County, and I'm gonna be there. So got a busy day tomorrow and Sunday. TD Bank Fiber bike, if I can set it, bike tour. Brianna, what's poppin'? How are you? Get my headphones on and do what we do. Oh, hey guys. What's poppin'? Gigi says, I'm so tired today, so I will hang as long as I can. All good, all good. And I know this song should be ending soon. Maybe not. Let's take a look at the music. The song may not be ending. I think I have it on loop. It is not ending. So I will turn that off and let's get this stuff situated. So yes, now the Tiny Terra. Let me show you guys the Tiny Terra and let me check in on you guys. Who's this Facebook user laughing at me? One of my friends that just likes to hang out in Facebook. Yes, Friday night in. That is cool. I wanted to take Koa to a dog park, but I didn't want to do too much. I was out visiting realtors and I did some stuff today and I wanted to prepare for the stream. So I ended up coming back home and relaxing for the second. Well, I got home late, like at around 4. So it was like, all right, I'm not going to take her to the dog park, but let me show you the Tiny Terra. Hold on. Is this going to show up right? Let's come back. Where are my scenes? Because now she's all calm as if she didn't do anything. Right? She's all calm as if she didn't do anything. What's this? Is this a good scene? That's a pretty good scene. And I do not like the NDI HX app. So let's come back. Let's go. Diana. Diana, it's so funny. She says that, hey, girl, hey, because we were on the phone and she heard me yelling at Koa while we were on the phone. Yeah, she's driving me. She is absolutely terrorizing my life today. Oh, so that's what I was saying. I was on a call this morning and I was sitting in my kitchen on the kitchen island, at the kitchen island. So I have their counter stools. I believe they're 24 inch. They're not 30 inch. She took a running leap to try to jump in my lap. And I was like, oh my God, I was ready to kill her. So that should be now. All right, so here is this. Look at this tiny terror. Why? Look at how sweet and calm she looks. Can I zoom in? I don't know how to work this. Look at her. Do you see this? So she went and did number 2. In the guest bedroom. She knew. So then it's even worse because she knew what she did. Listen to this. I ended up putting my A5100 back up. So I was setting up my cameras and stuff. And it was right before the stream. So I was like, all right, let me go put her into crate because she's going to act like a nuisance. So she heard me coming up these stairs. So as I'm coming up these stairs, she's coming down from my second floor. From doing the terrors, she was coming downstairs. And so she sat in front of my sofa. And you know how the dogs, what they do, how they put their ears back. So she put her ears back and she sat down like, oh, Mom, I'm good. I didn't do anything. I'm a little angel. I went upstairs and I smelled it. As soon as I got to the second floor, I smelled it. As soon as I got to the second floor. And I went to the guest bedroom and there it was. I was so furious with her. So absolutely. So like I said, I had to clean the mess. I could not clean the mess. And of course I yelled at her and I thought about putting her into crate and I was like, I'm not going to put her into crate. I'm just going to keep her down here with me. And I have a little doggy gate. The doggy gate is right there. So I keep it closed. You can see right behind the black where my stairs are. You can kind of see the little white. But I brought the bed down and she tried laying under the desk. And I was like, absolutely not. Go to bed. We tell her, go to bed. And so I had to kind of like take her by the collar and like lead her. And as soon as she laid on the bed, she is knocked out right now. Koa. 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 So mad at her. Let me just come back to you guys. Story of my life. And then Diana, I was telling her because my cousin is having another litter of pit bulls, blue nose pit bulls. And she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She's a good dog. She's a puppy. She's 4. So she's so big, but she's 4. So it's she's in those training stages. And I really would like to have a brother or a sister for her. Tyler's old. Tyler can't go up and down the stairs on his own. He can't do that, right? And then this one is like had the zoomies all morning trying to jump on me on a 24-inch counter stool and making a mess in my guest bedroom. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can get another one from my cousin. And no, absolutely not. I am not doing it. No, not at all. Oh, the sound effects aren't working on my loop deck. That's weird. Ooh, interesting. So I'm pressing the buttons and nothing is working. The music isn't working. And I know that they just released an update. Ooh, that's not working. Interesting. So I got to check that out. So what is interesting is that, did that work? Yes. Okay. So the shortcut buttons worked. I'm in preview mode. I just put myself in preview mode. Hold on. How did I do that? Don't know how I did that. Back to live mode. Yes, let's publish. Okay. So interesting. All right, I got to check it out. So I guess something with the update with the loop deck. My sound effects aren't playing from there. That's okay. I will play it from my Rodecaster. Let's see. There you go. Let's see. Paul was saying, I saw you. Paul says, I left the door unlocked and let the troublemakers in. You absolutely did let the troublemakers in. I'm over it. I'm ready for Angie to come back and pick them up. Although Tyler is not doing anything. Tyler just sleeps all day because he's old and worn out. So she's absolutely, you see her, she is absolutely tired. She's like, oh, this is great. I just made mommy so mad and I made her run up and down the steps. And how can you be mad at that sweet face? You know how I can be mad at that sweet face. Ivy Rose peed in my office in front of me while looking at me. 0 fucks given, right? Like Koa, that's what it was. Like, oh my God, you gave her some whiskey. I should have given her some whiskey and some of the food. She knocked out. Look, right? You saw the side eye when I said her name. She just gave me the side eye. She didn't even move her head. She is really knocked out. Oh, I'm so mad at her. 4. Yes, correct. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. She's not 4. You're right. She is 4 months old. She's only 4 months old. So she looks big, but she's still a baby puppy. Thanks for that correction, Paul. Hey, girl. Hey, hold on. This is what I was trying to do. What's poppin'? How are you? All right. So I did put in the title, and I saw that some of you guys saw that I put in the title. I know Doc did it in his live stream earlier today. I don't know if some of you guys, Paul and I messed around with it. Doc has put out a video and he did the live stream of the, what is it? Overlays.Uno, which are the web-based overlays that you can create. I did play around with it a little bit. And like I mentioned, I know that Doc did his live stream today and he did a quick Feature Friday video on it. I have, hey, Albert. And I didn't do that. So how many days do I have to go? Today, what did I say? 54, correct, 46 days down. So 54 days to go. I know, I can't believe it, actually. Thanks for the reminder. 54 days down. So what is popping? What's cracking? Who is this? This is the website here. Thanks so much, Paul. So it's Overlays.Uno. Let me just move some stuff. We are going to go straight into that. So I'm interested. Let me make sure that this is linked. I'm just going to move some stuff around. All of this is linked. Very good. Let's move this out of the way up here. And let's bring up the window. So let me know while I bring this stuff up. Have you guys messed around with it? Who has messed around with it? If you've messed around with it, what do you think of it? Let's come over this way. And let me bring my comments over here. And let's, what I'm going to do is, where is this screen share? Just come back on this page. Steven Wicks, what's poppin'? How are you today? That Y word. Paul. Cool. We just added web-based overlays on the YOLO. Is it YOLO Live? Is that how you pronounce? And is that Carlos? I feel like that's Carlos. Or, unless it's the same person. I don't know. Could be Carlos. The YOLO Live. I know Carlos uses YOLO Lives. All right. Yes, I only have 46 days to go. Did I do that wrong, Obs? I know I'm a banker and all, but, you know, there you go. I knew. See, Carlos said YOLO Live. I'm like, oh, that's Carlos. That's really cool. You know, Carlos, are you still in NAB? I don't know how to pronounce it, in Vegas. I saw that thing that you did. That was really cool. The promo for, was it YOLO Live, for like the Instagram live streaming? That, I know you know what I'm talking about. That was really dope. Carlos tests out a lot of cool features. He tests out a lot of cool features. So what is happening here? I feel like I moved around some stuff yesterday, and now, so let me look here. Now I don't know where everything is. All right, so new screen share. How does this look? Oh, my Luna display just acted crazy. That was weird. So I'm like, what's happening? Oh, my Luna just like crapped the bed. All right. You guys can't see what happened, but I saw what happened. I'm just trying to get to the right screen share overlay so we can get to it. Apparently, I messed around some things. Not that. Nope. That says no video. That's just here. My numbers are transposed. Oh, and slightly off. Are they? Guys, help me. That's how I feel. Help me. All right, so let's come back over here. So weird. My Luna display. Oh, don't do that. It just started doing that. That's not good. That's kind of weird. It says ready to become a display. Interesting. And so now it's back. Huh. All right, so now I can come back to looking at you. Siri is listening to me. Okay, that's back. Let me just pick up a screen share really quick. So we're just going to do screen share. Going to remove a guest. No. What is happening? There it is. Whoa. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. That was the weirdest thing. Definitely user error. And what happened to this overlay? Do you guys see what's I did not mess around with any of my overlays. I wasn't even home. How weird. Okay, there you go. Now we're cooking. That's a little bit better. Okay, so let me put this on top. I know that's, there you go. And, all right, so some of the order. But that's so weird because I didn't change any of this stuff. And let's see what this looks like if I go to, is my iPhone available? Let me see. All right, and what I'm gonna do now is lock this scene and come over this way so I can look at you guys and turn this on. Thank you for your patience, folks. All right, that's better. Now I can look at you guys. You have a better view. Hopefully the light doesn't turn off. All right. That was weird. It was like I didn't stream from my home and everything got all messed up. So it's Overlays.Uno. Let me see. Let me come over here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Not too big. Yeah, cool. Paul says, so it's day 46. Yes, you are 100% right. So I did it backwards. So let's go over here. No, oh, that's what it is. I understand what I did. I understand. Because it's day 46. So it's not, what? No, right. Yes. What? Day 46? No, it's day, Paul, what? You are day 54, 54 minus 100. 46 days to go. Yes. Okay, so in my brain, I knew what was, I know I just confused you guys, and that's okay. So in my brain, I put the wrong number. But because of the way this overlay is it days to go? Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened. I think she's really still knocked out. Anyway. Carlos says, only product in the market to do multi-camera on TikTok and Insta and not violate the terms of service. That was really dope. I really did like that. So let me see. Thank you, Obs, for pointing that out, because definitely user error there. Bring that up a little bit. There you go. So the brightness is better. You can see me. Good, good, good. That's what I always said as a programmer. I have the computer do the math. It's true, right? Listen, let the computer do the math. All right, so let's move some stuff around so I can pay attention to you guys and have the full screen view. Very cool. All right, so now back to you guys and back to the Uno's, what is it? Overlays.Uno. Who's tested this out? No, you were. I didn't think you were trying to be a jerk. No, it's all good. I'm agreeing with you wholeheartedly. That's like me when I'm doing my debt to income ratios as a banker or mortgage calculations. I have a mortgage calculator on my phone, on my iPad. I can't live without it. Not at all. So let's make this smaller. The scene is locked, so I can bring this over this way. Can I move this over? I can. just rearranging so I can still see you guys. Nice and clean. All right, so the first thing I did was it says free accounts are coming soon, register now. So now you know that this is going to be some sort of account-based service. There probably will have levels of accounts. So I'm sure paid accounts, maybe, it says free accounts, but that means that they'll probably eventually go into leveled accounts. Thank you so much. And so I did register for it, didn't get anything. You can do how it works or try overlays. So, okay, one thing to know, if you have not messed around with this, at first, when I was trying to try the overlays, I did it on Safari, and Safari had the pop-up blocker showing up. But usually when the pop-up blocker shows up, you get a message that says, allow pop-ups. And then you can allow the pop-ups and it'll come up. I didn't see that at all. So I just kept getting some sort of error message. And I contacted them, but then by the time I contacted them, I figured it out. I saw the pop-ups. They did say that someone else also had an issue with Safari. So they recommended that you use Chrome with it just to be safe. So that's what I would recommend. Paul is saying, from what I heard, the paid account was going to be $5 a month, which is still not that bad. That's actually pretty good. Doc absolutely loves it. And I came in really late to the stream, so I didn't see, what I was understanding what you guys were doing earlier was that Lewis and Paul were editing the overlay, the same overlay on the fly. And then it was showing, all of those edits were showing up in the stream, in Doc's stream. And I know that Doc was all giddy about it. It's cool. But as you can see, I have mixed feelings. And the only reason why I have mixed feelings, we'll go over it, is one, I don't think, I felt like the quality of the overlay, like the words, we're so used to now like 4K display, Retina display and things like that. And Steve Jobs ruined me for life, for lack of better words. I was able to notice some of that. So we're going to bring in some of these overlays into my stream so we can see. I want to hear you guys' opinion on what you think about that. And so basically, if you have not seen these, a whole bunch of different things. So what you're looking at is like this here, where it's a lineup. And in England, where the sports is, if you look at, you can do kind of this leaderboard here. And if you hover over it, it looks like it moves. So it shows you the actual animation and what that does. So it seems like it would be a live leaderboard. This is another leaderboard style format. What would have been good was that if I would have been more disciplined from the beginning, just thinking about the ideas, right? What would have been cool for something like this, and maybe on a shorter challenge, 100 days is a lot, but let's say like on a 30-day challenge, having who like in K-Walk started this, right? Like that she comes in and she's so like, all right, my 100-day check-in, I'm ready for that badge. So creating a leaderboard of everybody who checks in throughout that challenge and seeing how that changes from day to day and stuff like that, kind of thinking out of the box with that. Let's see. And then they have the bugs. So the bugs are really little, kind of like lower thirds, but even smaller. So if you can see, so the bugs, the way they have them here, they're on the top of the corners. So like with this guy, and if we click on it, we'll go bigger into that one. And so that's this box over here where it's this white, it says live, line of text, and then the blue live line of text, right? And you can see the animation. You can see it kind of move like that, and you can edit it. So it tells you which one is included, a left one and a right one. And so what you do is you hit try overlay. So you see, I just got the error message. Check this out. So, and you guys may not have seen it, but right over here, right on the kind of this gray area, it said error creating overlay. But if I look at this Safari, my web, the address bar from within Safari, you can see that there is a box that was blocked. And if you hover over it, it says show blocked pop-up window. So the alert should be different. If we click on it, that's actually now going to take me to that. So just to let you know that that's the issue. And a lot of people haven't realized that. with Safari, and that's why they're saying to use Chrome instead. Albert says, I believe that I had to drop a VPN and transition to Chrome. Got it to pop up to the screen that you are on. Got it. Yeah, so I had some issues overall, but just, you can see I even had it as I was doing it live. For sports, this is huge. Services exist for college sports. So if you are working for the school, you can get instant access to live scores on your streams. That is pretty cool. So if you're go into this the very first time, it kind of does a mini tutorial for you. So you have here, and it's just hovering over this one where it's like a paste option, and it says paste your output URL as a browser source into your production software like Ecamm, OBS, and Vmix. These are hyperlinks, and the developers dedicated each of these hyperlinks that if you click on it, it goes straight to that software to download the app. So I thought that was interesting. They are starting off with these 3, but I'm assuming if it's another live streaming software that will allow any type of widget-based overlay, then you can, in theory, use the same exact thing. If we click on the next button, send the control URL to a friend, or paste it into an OBS doc. And there is, oh, that's what I didn't mess with. There is a Stream Deck overlay. So it says use the unique API token to control overlays from a Stream Deck. Download the Uno Stream Deck plugin here. So I will do that now, just so it can download. If I click on this, let's see what happens here. So let's do some of those things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my whole screen now. I got to unlock the scene. Okay. Make sure I share this nope, wrong screen. There you go. So you can see that this box popped up over here it opened up my Stream Deck. It's telling me it's a custom action. Download it from the internet. Are you sure you want to install it? Install. And if I move my Stream Deck software up, it should have downloaded the plugin. It did. Down here, singular.live. Over here on the bottom, there is just one. So let's see what this looks like. So I'm just going to go into a blank page. Oh, I got to get rid of all of this stuff. This is messy. Let's do a blank page. Let's bring this over. Cool. All right. Now this makes sense. So if we go back, this picture up here is a key. So that's your API token. So what this means is that if you do have a Stream Deck and you want to program a Stream Deck button to control this overlay, you're going to take the key from here and then copy that down here where it says app token. So we're actually going to run through that as well throughout this process. So I'm going to hit close. Okay, cool. Hey girl, hey, how are you? Yeah. What's poppin'? Sister from another mister, how are you? Hello everyone. And Paul went to Facebook just to say, join in on the fun on YouTube. There, thank you. So come through and hang out with the cool kids. Dwayne, what's poppin'? Yeah. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So we are going over Uno, what is it? Overlays.Uno, just to see what that looks like. Sammy Superstar, what is poppin'? To see what that looks like, I was just saying that I have mixed reviews on it. Not mixed reviews. I have currently mixed feelings, but I'm interested as I go through it to see what you guys think. I see the value in it. I see how it can be cool, but my concern is the quality of it, right? Hey, David, what's poppin'? All right, so let's take a look. So you can see here, these are the bugs that I went into, right? So there's one on the top left hand, one on the top right hand, and then you can see, right? So you have where they're both on. So if we look over on the left hand corner where it says overlays, or it's divided in thirds. So if we look at the first third of these panels, it says overlays. And then you have live bug left, live bug right. You can turn it off and on. So if I turn it off, if we take a look at the left bug on the top, that hides the overlay. So the same thing for the right hand side, that hides the overlay. Okay, cool, no problem. If we want to show it all together, so all right, that's the left, that's the right, and then so the second third and then the last third of this is customizing the individual bugs itself. So you can see you have left text, live, and then if you want to change it, the right text location. So then I'm going to just put, let's do Philadelphia, live from Philly. What was it? Oh. Why can't I not remember the words from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I don't remember the opening sentence, but I remember born and raised on a playground is where he spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. I can go into that whole song. You don't want me to go into that whole song. Shooting some b-ball out in front of the school. When a couple of guys, they was up to no good. All right, we're going to stop. I'm going to leave it there before I butcher their song. What is it? In West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I spent most of my days. There you go. I had to do the bounce and get into it. And that is all we are going to do tonight. And I know you guys enjoyed that very much. All right, so live from Philadelphia. And then we're going to leave the right bug on. So we will do what's poppin'? Thank you. Right. But I had to go into it, right? And I know a strike is coming. Absolutely, because it's just my luck. Thank you, Lewis. All right. What's poppin'? Hey. Ooh, is there a limit? No, there's not a limit. Okay. Okay. So you see, I customized my left bug live from Philadelphia. The right, I put what's poppin'. Now, if we click, so we want to move over, you can do a few different things. Hey, Lewis, what's going on? So if you want to move over, you can see on the edges of the left and right page, you can move left or right. And you know that there are more panels. The way you can know that there are more panels here is if you look here towards kind of like the middle of the page where it says control in blue. Control, left bug. There you go. You can see my mouse. Control, left bug, right bug. And if we click on customize, it's going to move it over. So you can either click on the furthest most to go to the right or to the left, or you can click on these arrows over here. So if I want to get back to the left, I'm just going to click on the arrow. My camera is, oh, you can't see it. The overlay is blocking it. That's okay though. But there is an arrow and it just takes us back the other way. So now check this out. You can start to customize the overlay itself. So what's interesting is that you can't customize, although there are two bugs, you can only customize, so they're going to be the same. You can't customize the bugs individually. So what I'm going to do, and it's so funny, just going to take all the stuff out of Doc's stream today because looking at the text color and stuff, right? So realistically, if let's say we went over some of the assets in the Ecamm affiliate training, and he showed if you wanted to get the exact colors that Ecamm uses for like the orange and like the gray and stuff like that. So if you had that text color file, or you can put that information here and match it to have the exact branding. So that would actually be pretty cool if I wanted to actually go back and I wanted to put powered by EcammLive. How do you like that? And then, so here you have your color picker. Like I said, you can either, I don't have that up and open, so I'm just gonna wing it. Kind of, sort of. Gonna wing it. That is a bad, ooh. So if you look on the top, it is being edited live. I don't like that. That's a bad orange. But like I mentioned, and I'm not gonna, this is just for semantics, but you can type in, if you have the exact color code, you can just type in the box here. Let's see. So you can change your size, small, medium, large. What does large look like? I like large. So let's do large. And then what do we have? So this here on the side, excuse me, the appearance, if you want it to be dark or light. So if we switch it to light, you can see that is bright, but it helped the lighting for me, for my face. I like it. But that actually hurts my eyes. So we're going to do dark mode, but that's cool. And then for the number of panels, so you can see that it's showing me right now 3 panels at a time. But if I wanted to have them all here at the same time, this is all 5. So you can either choose if you want to see them all at once. So that's the settings of the Uno's page itself. All right, and I'll leave that. And so now let's do some things. Hey, is this also Lewis, Tech for Your Needs? I know you told me your name last time. I feel like it's also Lewis. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Don't be mad at me if I'm wrong. Lewis? I think so. I know every time I know that obviously Mr. Cameras Junkie's name is Lewis, so I'm sure every time I say his name, he looks up. Okay, good. So we have 2 Lewises here. So we are going to probably have to we'll figure it out. I'll just say Lewis and have you both look up. All right. So what I want to do with this here, Nano, oh, that's what I remember. And I think Lewis said, I remember that now. Okay, I digress. Let's customize this with the Stream Deck. So what I want to do is I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy this access token. It copied it. It tells me that the access token has been copied to the clipboard. I'm going to open up my Stream Deck. This is the button that I brought over from the plugin. And you can see down here, it says app token. So Control V, that brought the app token in. And I'm just going to do live, just something that I can remember it by, live. And I don't know why these letters are pink like that, because pink is not my color. Gigi, I know pink is your color. That's okay. Don't be mad. But, you know, that's kind of not my thing. So what I don't know, if I press this button, this is not going to show up on my Ecamm stream. So what does that do? So it says you can control it. Uno control. I don't understand. Right? Because I put it, but then what does it do? Because I still have to manually bring this. So then, all right, so let's do some things. We're going to do some things. Where is my Stream Deck? We are going to go into live demo mode. You guys are seeing everything. Just got to bring some stuff, move some stuff around. I can close this. I'm just moving my boxes. Hey. I just dragged a whole bunch of stuff onto my screen. That's okay. All right. So I'm just moving my Ecamm boxes around. All right. So this is my scenes box. This one over here is my overlays box and my comments. Check your APA box command. Command hide all subs. Show all subs. Show sub comp, hide sub comp. What do these things mean? So, and I'm not trying to knock it, but so here's the thing. You guys know that I am, right, like a teacher at heart. I teach financial literacy. When I do my classes and stuff like that, I really try to simplify the process so that people can understand it. This is not simple. What does this mean? Hide all subcomps, show all subcomps, show subcomp, hide subcomp, set subcomp payload. That's how I feel right now. Let's go back to this window. And I'm sure that it's, so here's my thing with all of this. I understand that it's in beta. I get that. I feel like there should have been better instructions than this. Let me check on this question mark. Let me give these people the benefit of the doubt. Paste your output. Yes, I am aware of that. Okay, so this is just going to repeat the same 3 steps. Okay. There really needed to be better directions than what this was. Because I'm fairly tech savvy. I don't know. Listen, my thought process is, especially when you have, like, I don't know if Vmix promoted it, right? I can only speak on Ecamm. Ecamm went and put it on their Facebook group where there's over 14,000 people a part of that group, right? Even if it's in beta, so if some of the widgets are not going to work and things like that, okay, that's cool. I get that. But there could have been a little bit more of a mini tutorial, a mini how-to, right? It could have been, and because it's in beta, it could have been very rudimentary. It could have been whoever one of the developers are, just record a video, even if you don't want to be on screen, just record a screen recording and have your voice of, if we're going to talk about specifically, like right now for this Stream Deck, right? What does this mean to me? I wonder if they were expecting eCams. I hope not. Absolutely not. Because how are we going to figure this out? Like, you know, I'm all, again, and this is why, this for me, from my perspective, is why I have very mixed feelings about this. Because if you couldn't even come out with a little bit better of tutorials of how to use this, and for someone like myself that I like to think that I can figure out tech savvy stuff, common sense stuff, right? Like, I'm not, again, I can't figure out what that language is. I don't know what that language is, so you don't know what you don't know. So obviously common sense is hide all. Okay, I get that. Show all. I get that. So what are comps? Because then there's all, then there's sub comps, then there's sub comp. So then there's all sub. So I need to know what sub comps are. Once I can figure out what sub comps are, then obviously this drop down, these items within this drop down will make sense to me. However, I don't know what sub comps are, so I don't know what that means. Then there's also the sub comp payload. What does that mean? Right? Like, okay, what? That's what's happening in my brain right now. And then the other piece of it is that how are you really using the Stream Deck? Like, in what instance? Because here's my thought process. So let's go into this, right? Okay, so let's do what I would normally do. So I'm just going to minimize my Stream Deck. I'm going to minimize this for now because we created it. Actually, let's go back. Lies. I lied to you guys. Let's go back here. And what I need to do is I'm going to bring this into Ecamm. So by bringing it into Ecamm, you're going to copy. So you're going to come over here where you have the 3 different ones: copy control, copy access token, or copy output control. Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, or Paul, Mr. Moderator, I'm assuming that when you guys were editing the overlay while Doc was doing the stream, he gave you this particular link, this copy control link. That's what I'm assuming, because if we go through these very rudimentary instructions, it says send the control URL to a friend or paste it into an OBS doc. I don't know what an OBS doc is, and that's okay. But sending this control URL, I'm assuming, thank you. Again, there could have been a little bit more there, because I'll be honest with you, Doc obviously figured it out. Doc is smarter than most of us, right? He obviously figured it out. I don't know. And so because although he didn't say that, because he figured it out, and because I heard him say, Lewis and Paul, my 2 moderators, one's on the West Coast and the other's on the East Coast, are editing this on the fly, and you guys are seeing it. I was able to figure that out. Okay, so now Paul says you have to have a friend first to be able to send it to. Is that shade? Is that shade or is that like an actual thing where they make you make friends? Help me to understand it too. I'm giving you the side eye. All right, so let's see. Let's go back. So let's go back here. So for now, I'm going to bring this into Ecamm. So I'm going to hit this copy control, output URL. Now we can minimize this. We're going to bring it, not do that. Okay. Where is this scene? I have no idea what scene I'm on. Nope. Definitely here. Oh, I know what I was doing wrong. 100 days of live streams. Duh. I'm right here. Okay. Paul says, I think it's both. You know what? Thank you, Evie. Thank you, my darling. I love you, boo. And Paul and Mr. Camera Junkie, you guys. You guys are funny. But thank you, Evie. The eyes. That was good. That was good, Paul. All right, so let's come back over here. So what we're going to do to bring in that bug is that we are going to, let me just move this over a little bit. We're going to now work out of our overlays box, and we're going to click on the widget that is the picture of a world, because this is a web widget. You know what? I ain't messing with y'all. Y'all better leave me alone. Stop coming for me, okay? So we're going to click on this world widget. And then as you can see here, you can enter in a name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that widget URL. I'm going to paste the one that I just got from Uno's overlay, Overlays.Uno. And I'm going to do whatever I labeled it for the Stream Deck, Live Philly. I don't know. So we're just going to do Live Philly for now. Live Philly bug. Add widget. Actually, Paul did remind me, keep running. You can choose to fill the entire frame. I'm not going to do that for now. So add the overlay widget, give it a second. And now here you can see they showed up, right? So here is my other gripe. My other gripe with this, and I'm just going to hide this 46 days to go. My other gripe with this is that it takes up all of the screen real estate, which for those of you guys that have messed with overlays, can get kind of messy. Because what happens is when you have, if I want to make this bigger, I'm going to bring this in, make it bigger. Okay, so Paul, yesterday, the quality wasn't looking this good. Today, it looks much better. So I will say that yesterday, these words were looking to me very grainy. Was I still? Yeah, I was home. I've been home. So it wasn't even like it was on slower internet or anything like that. Or whenever we tried it yesterday or the day before, I have no idea. Ooh, Paul says, I think you can crop it. Good idea. So let's check it out. So you can crop the overlay by holding the Option key down. And now I'm going to go to the bottom and drag. Can I make this bigger? Oh, look at you. You're so smart. I love you, Paul. Very good. Okay, that makes me a little bit happier. But, and not that I'm trying to find anything wrong with this, but just looking on both, both sides of the coin. That option crop feature, I feel like is an advanced Ecamm feature. I'll be honest with you, I just found out about that like this year. I love it. It is now my best friend, but I feel like it's one of those hidden gems that you can do of cropping. I don't know, that could be just me. You can guys, Valerie figured that out. Very cool. Very good stuff, Valerie. So you definitely get a, because I wouldn't have. So that does make me feel a little bit better. So let's crop it from the top. How close, how low can you go? How low can you go? Bring this up. Cool, cool, cool. I like it, I like it, I like it. Can I crop? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to hide. I got to unlock the scene. Ding, 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 ding. Screen share, unlock, hide. Good. Bring this back. Hover over this. Wait, did that hide? Nope. It hid the wrong one. That's okay. I wanted to hide that one. Cool. And then, so what I'm trying to do is, so let me see if I can make this. Oh, no. Okay, there you are. So there you go. Okay. So I was trying to get the handles on the edge. So again, hold down the Option key, tighten this up over here. A little bit harder. So if I make this bigger, oh, because I'm doing it wrong, dummy. There you go. Make this wider because I'm trying to get the handles. See, stop acting like that. Ooh, a little bit more difficult. Hold on, bear with me. Okay, there you are. Just so, let me move this over here. There you go. So let's bring this in, tighten this up like that. Just try to get all the edges. Now tighten this up like this. So basically what you want to do, why this is important, guys, is that you want to kill as much dead space. All of that stuff was dead space. You need to kill as much dead space as possible. So this is much better, right? And so if we compare this to what it was before, the reason why that can be, is it a very new feature? Okay, good. I was going to say, thank you. Because I really felt like, oh my God, how did I not know this? I've been using Ecamm for so long. I really thought that that was just something there that I just didn't know about. K-Walk, what's poppin', girl? How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. We appreciate you. Okay, so we're looking at this blank scene because I wanted to check this out for now and see what this looks like. This definitely makes me feel much better. Again, even looking at this, and let me turn live demo mode off. Okay, cool. So even looking at this from this perspective, the quality is much better. I'll tell you guys. So the lettering, when I was looking at it yesterday, maybe they did some updates. And so when I'm talking about from a beta perspective, that stuff is acceptable, right? So if maybe they had to work out some kinks with how it was sending out, like the frame rate or whatever that looks like on the technical backend side, that when I was messing it with it yesterday, it looked very grainy. That's the word that I was thinking of. It looked very grainy. I can understand that being a beta feature. I can understand that, okay, that's a work in progress. They're going to fix that because today it looks absolutely great. I'm happy with this. If it would have continued to look the way it looked yesterday, I would have never thrown it on my live stream. And Paul and I talked about it, and I wanted to. So I'm using beta K-Walk, but this is the Uno, what is it? Overlays.Uno, which is in beta, if that makes sense. But they shared it in the Facebook community. I believe it was yesterday. I lose track of all my days now. So now check this out. So why don't we do this? Let's go back to live demo mode. And what I'm going to do is, so you guys can see, right? So you can see that that's more like a yellowish color. Let's say I don't like that color. So you can change this stuff on the fly. I was impressed with that. So if I wanted to change, I don't like this yellowish color, and I just want to go to my red branding, and now you can see that it changed it instantly. That's also like a pinkish color. Koa is knocked out, guys. She has not moved. She made my life miserable, and now she's just like, Mom. Interesting. Definitely, because if you look at my overlay, my box of my overlay, and I can make my overlay a little bit wider, that's red, right? So my box of my camera is red. This thing over here is not red. That is kind of a pink color. Huh. All right. The colors are off. The colors are absolutely off. But I can live with that, I guess. I guess I can live with that. For it being a beta, I can live with that. If we go through the blue. All right. Let's take a look at this blue. This blue is pretty cool. All right. Ooh, did I spell powered by? I sure did spell that wrong. What's wrong with you, India? Get your grammar right. All right. Powered by EcammLive. Very cool. And so you can see, and if we turn live demo mode off, let me go back. Nope. What am I doing? This here. you can see that now this is done, right? Like it's on the fly. And now let's go back. What am I doing? I'm going to go back to my regular, right? So now I have my setup and the screen share. And so we're sharing the screen, right? And now I can move this around. So if I wanted it on the bottom, if I wanted it to be on the top half of the screen, make it a little bit smaller to fit in. Cool. So now let's go back. I'm trying to figure out what the Stream Deck shortcut does. Where is my Stream Deck? We're going to figure this out. Configure Stream Deck. Let's look at this. So let's do hide all. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Stream Deck tip and trick. Take, if you want to duplicate this, Control C, Control V. That is the wrong one because I did not try this again. Control C, Control V. There you go. Control V. How many options are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see what we got. And what we are going to do is we're going to do a button for every single one of these. And we're just going to go in order. So the first one is, my Stream Deck is acting slow today. Waiting for, so down here on the bottom, there you go. For the app token and then this API command, we're just going to go in order. So the first one is hide all subcomps. Second one, I'm going to do show all subcomps. The third one, show subcomp. Fourth, hide subcomp. And the fifth one, set subcomp payload value. Whoa, guys, what does this mean? So what this is, set subcomp payload value. So clearly you can, and this has to be some sort of engineer, some sort of, you know, person, coding person. You can put a value in here and ask it to do things. I have no idea what that means. Today is Tuesday, just in case you mixed up your days. Wait, what? Is it Tuesday? Why are you saying that? Don't try to, today's Friday. What's happening? Evie, cut it out. Don't do that to me. Cut it out. My cameras keep going crazy. And you know, when you live in the hood and your cameras go crazy, you got to make sure you pay attention to that type of stuff because you never know. So like you see me randomly like looking sometimes down at my phone because if I see the same movement or if I look at the thumbnail and if there's something going on, so you can see the cat. Hold on, it's going to play again. See the little cat. I got to look and see because this is, you know, Philly. And then Evie's laughing at me. You better leave me alone. All right, so let's go through. And what I'm going to do is, let's go back to the Stream Deck. I'm going to press these buttons. Press the buttons. And let's do the second one. That did nothing. I got to check. So it's communicating. I did. Can I show you guys? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What do I want to do? I want to, yes, good, yes. Well, the stuff is getting washed out. And that's okay. You guys don't need to, it all says the same thing on here. And so what I want to show you is that as I press the button, there's, oh, that's bad. There's like a green check. It gets washed out because of how it looks. Maybe if I do this one here. You see like that green check shows on. So there is some sort of communication going on. However, if we take a look at right over here, I can't do it. I'm not as good as Stephanie Lou. Right there. If we take a look, so clearly it's, ooh, so that one didn't work. Wrong. That did not work because you see it went like, wrong. I need the buzzer for that. But then all the other ones, there's this green check kind of deal. Hey, focus. Focus. It don't like it that close. All right, there you go. Ooh, there you go. What am I doing? Over here. So you see the green check, but then if we look at that one, it doesn't like that. So it's communicating, it's doing something. However, on the actual screen, nothing is happening. So not sure what that is. So for me, that's a little frustrating because I don't know what the Stream Deck plugin then at that point does. Now, if we go back to the Stream Deck itself, so I just got to go to my screen share overlay, right? If we come back over here, and if what I want to do is, because this is an overlay that I created in Ecamm, what I want to do then is I'm just going to come back to my EcammLive plugin, and then I'm going to take advantage of the show hide overlay. And I'm just going to bring this over here in the corner, and you can see it says live Philly bug. And if we come back, turn off the lights, this one, yes. And if I bring this over here, you can see live Philly bug. And if we pay attention to it on the screen, if I press it, it should hide it. If I can make this straight, there you go. All right, press it, boom, it did the job. Press it again, shows up, very quick, very instant, right? So this is, so they say that they have a Stream Deck plugin. However, this particular button is from the EcammLive plugin, right? Because all I did, if we go back to the screen sharing, so if I go back over here, do I have a screen share? I don't. That's okay. If I come back over here, no, that's not what I wanted. Over here, there you are. Then you can see that I just used in the EcammLive plugin over here, right? I just went down to my show hide overlay and I just brought that in. So if you have different overlays, then obviously now, okay. And so you can choose it, right? So this shows up. These are all the different overlays that I have. It popped up. So this is the one that we're on the screen. So you can choose that particular one. And so it's important that you title it right so you know what's what. So let me come back over here and we're just going to, I'm going to do maybe one or two more different things. Paul says, sounds like that is a variable in their program that they haven't given a real name to. There is communication between the Stream Deck and Ecamm. There's a lack of communication between the keyboard and the human. They don't make it easy, right? And so this is my thing. It's great, lots of potential. I don't know, like I'm just being, and I don't want to say that I'm being finicky or that I'm being extra picky or anything like that. So here's my thing. Ecamm posted this. Ecamm's like, here's a great source. I trust Ecamm, right? So if Ecamm posted this, and listen, to no fault of Ecamm, I'm not mad at Ecamm at all. But then at that point, I feel like this developer could have done better because now there becomes a trust issue, right? So that's how I'm looking at it from that perspective. Because like Paul mentioned earlier, did they think that Ecamm was going to create tutorials? And hey, listen, Doc did a live stream. He did the Feature Friday. I'm kind of going through it right now, right? I can take this stuff and clip it and edit it and put it together in Ecamm and share it with the group to show the community how to use it. But it shouldn't be all of this trial and error. There should have definitely been better directions for what it is. But anyway, let's take a look at some other stuff. So they have cool countdown timers. You can see that there's this one here, like going live. You can see that it's in, oh, well, my head is in the way, so you can't see that. Sorry, guys. My bad. Let's bring this over here. There you go. And now you can see me. And can I do this? No. All right, so we're just going to leave that like that. So that's what I wanted to show you, this countdown timer. So you see that it is animated It's a pretty cool countdown timer. So you have that. Let's see. Here's this countdown to MLB trade deadline. That's cool. That countdown on the bottom. Ooh, that's nice. I like that minimal countdown. Let's click on that. That's actually pretty cool. So you have 95 days, 3 hours, 54 minutes, 5 seconds. So that's cool if you're counting down for an event or something like that. So if I wanted to use, let's say, how many days I have to go, then I can technically, in theory, put something like that and have that as a ticker-ish on the bottom and as an overlay and show that in the beginning of the screen and end it and stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. I might come back to that. I just want to go through some of these with you guys. So let's try overlays. Scroll through some of these here. Here's another countdown where it's just... I think it's just this circle. Yeah, so it's this circle piece. So this also confused me a little bit. And again, if you guys have messed with it, you can let me know what you think. Did it confuse you? Did it not confuse you? How they did these previews, initially it did confuse me because I'm like, oh wait, is that the whole screen? But it's not. That could have just been, hey, you okay? Somebody woke up out their sleep. See, but that's good. She's becoming a good dog. Did you hear her bark? Well, nothing's on my front door camera. So let me make sure. She'll alert me. That's good stuff. All right. Anyway, sorry guys. So what they're giving you. Okay, got it. Thank you. So it's this little red circle here. Stream starts now. That's kind of cool. So that's a very basic one that you can, like Bradley has done those, but you know, whatever. Same thing, this one here. So I was just confused when I look at it because I'm like, oh, are they giving you this whole thing? Can you customize it or whatever? It's not that part in it. It's just the actual countdown timer itself. This leaderboard, again, we were looking at that. So they got some leaderboard stats and then they have some lower thirds. So we can check out the lower thirds. Like, that's cool. It's different. That's cool. I like that. So I want to check out those lower thirds. They have a bunch of lower thirds. So let's open up this one. I think that that's kind of funky. And then they show you that you can do it from the left or you can do it from the right. They have this kind of futuristic one. Let me see. So they have a news style one, which is kind of cool, right? So like ENN, when they do their news, their Ecamm network news, that's kind of cool. You put your logo in there if you can. Yep, you can do a logo. Then you have this collide. I don't know. Some of them is like, is this for me? So let's just go through some more of these. One, when Paul and I were looking at these also for like the bugs, we were saying that it would have been cool if they would have some of the bugs like this one here, the time bug, if you also would have, like if they would have been able to associate the weather with it, where you put your location in and it brings in that live data, maybe they'll have that in the future. But that would have been kind of cool to have. So they have a good amount of lower thirds and then they have tickers. So you got these scrolling tickers on the bottom. You have like this one here. If we click on this here, little bit of animation, which is really cool. And then you can also, I believe, bring in your logo there. So they have a handful of different style tickers. I do like that you can hover over it. It's giving you, I feel like they might have added, did they add stuff from yesterday to today? I don't know, possibly. Some titles. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's just go through some of these. Some more scorecard stuff, some more tickers stuff. And then some more bugs on the top, you can see, right? They have the bugs there. They have some social media bugs, which I thought was cool. Bigger countdown things, circles, things. They have the full screen there. Okay, so here is what got me. So this full screen, they actually give you this whole background. Like it's this whole thing. So this kaleidoscope style background. Let me see. And then this one here, right? So it's not just this timer. It's the whole screen. I'm actually going to show you what I didn't like with that neither. Just want to finish going through some of these. Hey, Laura, what's going on? Thank you so much. How are you? That was for you to say hello. Paul says the sad thing is a rollout beta or not like this can have negative impression with people and they won't come back. I wholeheartedly agree, right? And then again, then at that point kind of, I know that this was not an Ecamm thing, so I'm not worried, but you guys see some of the comments in the Ecamm community, in the Facebook community, where they just blame everything on Ecamm, and then they're like, this just sucks, Ecamm sucks. And it's like, no, it doesn't. And that's where my concern comes in. And I think because I'm so loyal to Ecamm and I know how great the product is, and because Ecamm probably did this in good faith, and to see what it is, and for me to have a hard time figuring it out, I was like, yeah, nah. So let's just go back to some of these, right? So you have lowers full width, so you can do a very small lower. And then they have where it's the full width of the screen there. So cool, a lot of cool different options. I feel like they might have added some more. So they have a sponsor bug there if you want to put like logos, and then that's the end of it. And then some more tickers. So I want to do this countdown timer because I wanted to show you guys. So I like this one. Let's just do this one. So it shows you your thing. You're going to do try overlay. Cool, cool, cool. Koa is passed out. All right. So now we're going to work from left to right. So on the left-hand side, you can customize the length of the timer. So see here, you see that it starts at 5 minutes. My particular countdown timer, I do it for 3 minutes. So I'm going to change this 3 minutes. Countdown. Okay. So the end message. So what this says is that once this timer is done, do you want to have an end stream? So, so you can do something like I'm just going to put your, and for all intents and purposes, I'm not going to do 3 minutes. I'm actually going to do, because I want to show you guys, we're just going to do 10 seconds. Let's do 7 seconds. Now here, in the circle itself, you can see you can customize that text, right? Going live in. So you can see, you can put that in, or if you can change it and customize it, make it your own. So that should work. We'll be live in, or you can just put live in and then the countdown timer, right? And when I tab out of it, and now the same thing. So you can see here, the colors is white. And so you can change that. So if I wanted to, again, if I wanted to have the red, I don't like that. That actually is a bad blend. So that's your text color. The progress bar, if you wanted to change that. So what does that look like? Red. Red is a bad color for this particular background. All right, so you can do kind of those brighter. What does this gray looks like? The gray is not bad, actually. This one's pretty cool. I actually like how this looks there. So we're going to do that. That's your progress bar. Background image active. Oh, okay. All right, so I didn't really look at this yesterday, so I'm glad that I'm messing around with it. All right, so let's look at some things here. Cool stuff. So you can, if you like that image, you can leave that. And then the overlay is going to come into your Ecamm just like that with that kaleidoscope style background. You can turn that off, leave it on. So if you just want the countdown timer, you can also do that. Background color, active. Oh, so let me see. Let's see this. Yep. Okay. So you see gray. Yeah, I'm going to do gray. So you can either customize it where it's just a background color because I turned off the image. And now you can see that there are some bars if you like that, if you want to have it sized, if you want to have it just a color in the background. It originally had it with black. I'm going to leave it with black for now. And then over here, background image, you can actually choose. So the thing with this, another one of my gripes, is that this image has to be hosted somewhere. So you can't upload this document, or you can't upload one of your own pictures directly from your computer. In theory, you would have to, I'm assuming, and we can try this today, you would have to use an image hosting site like Imgur, IMGUR, and put your image there, get the image URL, and then put it. So let's test this out. Let us see. So what I'm going to do is now we are going to open up a new window. Imgur, boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at the dog. Gonna do a new post. I want to choose a photo video. That's Angie's picture. Do I not have one of mine? I do have one of mine. Yes. Okay. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with Angie's picture. Let me just put it before you guys throw shade, because apparently you guys love Angie so much. Gosh. Before she yells at me. So we can try that as well. Let's try both. So this was the way that I thought of, right? So now, and can I sign in just so I can keep this? Oh, come on. I have no idea. Do I? I know that I have an account. All right, I'm just going to use my Google account for now. I don't think that I was using my Google account for this, but I'm going to use my Google. Oh, maybe. I don't know. So let's hit, can I change some of this stuff next? Nope. Damn it. No. So where are my posts? Oh, that is my account. Ooh, look at my sexy car. My desk. Apparently that was my account. Where's the one that I just did? Oh, well. Okay, so then we are going to use this one here. My car. One of my older cars. I no longer have this car, but I'm going to use this. So what I want to do then is I'm going to embed. This was a pic. Here is the link. And then I'm going to put this here. The link is broken. Error while loading image. Womp, 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 womp. Another one of my cars. I apparently like cars too, guys. So I'm going to try embed again. Copy the link. Come here. Let's delete it. Command V. And that's not working either. All right. So we would have to see. Paul said, what if we go to Google Drive and put a picture there? I feel like it's not going to work. Albert, I'll come to your comment in a sec. Where's Drive, guys? I don't use Google Drive. All right, so let's use Ecamm on deck. Share. Get link. I don't think that that's going to work. That'd be funny if it did. Nope. So it did some thinking, but so here's the thing. Is this a beta thing? Is it not a beta thing? And if it's, so what I mean by that is that do they have specific instructions? Does it need to be a specific website? Does the size need to be specific, right? Does it need to be under a certain amount of, right? Like, so is it that maybe it's not a beta thing? Maybe you can upload your own background image, but because I don't know what the parameters are of what they're looking for or what they're going to allow with that background image. Exactly what Paul said. That's the one. Thank you so much, Paul, because that is exactly, they need to explain it. They need to have maybe here, right? So at some of each of these options. So, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen that in some websites where you're putting information like this, there's usually either a little, I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see what I'm pointing at, but where my mouse is, right? So if I'm looking at the background image, there'll either be a small question or a small I and a little circle next to it, so that when you click on it, you can see what that is, and it'll have a little pop-up and give you the specifics of how to do whatever it is in that specific circumstance. I would say they definitely need to do that. But what I'm going to do is, because I got rid of the picture and now I don't know how to get the picture back. And that's okay. They should probably try to, maybe can they do an undo button? So let me close this. And let's just go back here, because I do want to show you. So we're going to change this to 0. We're going to do 7 seconds countdown. Not year. One more R. Okay. And I'm just going to put live in. I do want to change the progress bar button color. All right, cool. So remember, we are going to copy this output URL. I am going to live demo mode. Yep, you guys are seeing. So now I am going to add a widget overlay. That's this box over here. Nope, not that. Control A. And what are we doing? Live count. So I'm going to put Uno countdown timer. Take this widget overlay URL, delete, paste the one that I just did. And I want to keep this running. Add the widget overlay, and there you are, right? So what I want to do is I'm just going to put this in all scenes, going to create a brand new scene. So now we have a brand new scene. I put it to fill the screen, and just put this in current scene, move that down here. And if I wanted to bring myself in, tall, change the camera. Oh, hey. Bring this over here. Now check this out. Love this about Ecamm. So I like this. I actually do like this color, tealish color. So you see I have the red border. This iPhone camera looks great. This is the iPhone. This is the rear of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. For this to be like just a regular camera, you know, like a camera that I'm pulling in, and I'm bringing it in through USB, lightning to USB, connected to a dock on my computer. So it's connected to a powered USB hub, and that USB hub is connected to the computer. I got a little light above it. I feel like this quality is great. What do you guys think? All right, but what I did want to show you was I'm going to customize the color of the border because I want it to match. And I'm just, you see it popped up this, yeah, we're still live in demo mode. I'm moving the crayons around. And what I'm going to do is I want it to match this teal. So I'm going to take my dropper and I'm just going to highlight this teal with the dropper. Boom, it matched that color perfectly. Okay, so now we have that there. Let me turn off. I'm actually going to leave live demo mode on. So now here's the thing. Do you notice something? Because I noticed something. So I'm going to wait a minute to see if you guys notice something, and I'm just going to come back. And look at the comments. Paul says you can record it in Ecamm and then use it as a video in your stream. What are you talking about? Was that for me? I know that was late. Let me know if that was for me. Albert says, so they have an email address for feedback and questions. Are you going to share your initial impressions and offer recommendations? That is a great question. Thank you so much. I did email them when I had the issue yesterday with the pop-up blocker. I will say, so in their defense, I will say they got back to me fairly quickly. So yesterday I had emailed them, and probably before the night was over, I emailed them as I was playing around with it. But then I did my live stream, and I went to the immediate Ecamm on deck stream deck webinar. So I didn't pay attention to my emails after I sent it. But once I was done with those two things, that I went and I checked my email, they had responded last night. Then this morning when I woke up, they sent me a second email that said that someone else also had an issue using Safari and recommended. So I will say, in terms of responsiveness, great stuff. I did let them know that I am very active in the Ecamm community, that I'm doing 100 days of live streams, and that I was going to test this stuff on my live streams. And I did say that I was going to send them the link. So I am going to send them the link. What I'll probably do is I will chop up, do some chapter markers, whatever that's called in Ecamm, the chapters. Do the chapters and then send them an email and say, here was my concern with this. So exactly what you said. Great question. Let's see. Let me just come back in. Paul says, once you start the countdown timer, you could record it in Ecamm. Then you have it set as a video to use in your stream. That's pretty cool. Okay, I like that. That's a good idea. So here's what I was saying. I didn't know if any of you guys, and I know Paul knew because we were messing with this yesterday. Here's the thing, guys, and this is why I left live demo mode on. I brought the timer in, but the timer didn't set. So, and this is why Paul was trying to help you guys out. This is why Paul gave that idea, is because you actually, if you're going to use their countdown timer, you actually have to keep this window open. And once you start your stream, you have to come back to this window. Oh, my bad. I am in live demo mode. You can see it. Okay. You have to come back, right, to this window where you have their web page open. You have to hit play. And as soon as you hit play, now the countdown timer, if we look, the countdown timer now started, right? So, okay. So it's cool. I'm very impressed with that. I love, okay. So here's my other concern. My other concern with that, and so let's do this again. So then here it is, it's done, right? So that is the countdown end message that played. I reset it. So once you reset it, again, it doesn't do anything. It's static until you actually come back to this website and you hit play. So let's bring this up to 10 seconds while I talk through it. So as you hit play, now it's going through. So I'm going to pause this. I really like how it did the work for me, that it's the progress bar, right? So if we look at the customized overlay page, that's the progress bar color. I like how it's kind of counting down, that effect. I think that that's really cool. And the fact that I didn't have to figure this out and do this work, love it. I know that I'll love it even more with being able to use my own picture. We just have to figure out how do we get that picture on there. So I'm happy with it. What I will say with this one yesterday, the words weren't that great. So this was one of the ones that I tried using, and the words, and I can still see live is a little granular. If you look at it, and I don't have my glasses on, but I can tell that the V in live is a little shaky, but it's not too bad. And it definitely looks better than what it did yesterday. But here's my other concern. So now I'm just going to hit play and let it count down, right? So it's counting down. And so then it has the countdown message, so you can customize that to whatever you want. That's cool, but now it stays there. So what Paul is saying, you have some things. What Paul is saying is once you start the countdown timer, you could record it in Ecamm. So basically, right, record it this way where I hide my camera and do it like this. I'm just going to talk to you guys. I'm going to hit reset. Right? Bring this in to Ecamm, hit record. Hit record first. As soon as you hit record in Ecamm, turn the timer on. Let the timer do its thing. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Let it show its message. Stop recording. And then once it stops recording, where did my camera go? Let me come back. Once it stops recording, then you can use that video file and bring that in as an overlay to try to simplify the process that way. I also like that. But here's my other concern. And so Paul's right. It's just a widget, so it doesn't know what to do other than play, which is cool, right? Like figuring it out. How do you make it work for you? But my other concern with this is that if I wanted to automate the process, which is kind of like any other scene, but if I wanted to automate the process, now once the timer is done, then you have to bring in a timer from Ecamm. So I'm still in live demo mode. So let's go through this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to title. So I'm looking at my scenes box in Ecamm. That's this one here. What is this called? Uno? Overlays.Uno. What is this thing, Paul? Overlays.Uno overlays? No, Overlays.Uno. Overlays.Uno. Countdown. All right. So I labeled that. I'm actually going to bring that to the top over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a text widget over here. It's not a text widget. I lied. I lied to you. A countdown widget. I'm going to change the time for here. What did we do? We did 10 seconds. So what I'm actually going to do is 10 seconds, but I'm actually going to give it another 3 seconds because at the end of that countdown timer, it shows the year where we're at right now. So I want to give it time to show that end message, whatever your end message is. Give it a few extra seconds. So let's do 15 seconds. So I'm going to do 15 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is for this to work, you got to do a few different things. You have to click on go to next scene when it's finished. And then you want this timer to be transparent. You want this so that people don't see it because you already have a timer on the screen. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on, let me close this, click on the little circle with the colors, and then bring the opacity down to 0. Hit add, and that added somewhere here. If I want to bring it down. It's somewhere here. I know that it's somewhere here. That's okay. Because it definitely is in the scene. But you can see, hi, it switched for me, right? So let's go back. Let's play that again. So we're going to come here. But then, oh, see, you got to be quick with it. You got to be quick with it. You got to be quicker than that. Okay. Yeah. So all right, so I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset this. My goodness. I feel like I'm racing against the clock. So you see how this here can get a little bit dicey. What's happening? My mouse is acting a little crazy. Can you guys see that? Let's move this. All right, there you are. So I'm going to go back. So actually what I need to do is I actually need to go back to this scene and go to the countdown timer and make that longer than 15 seconds. No. So I need to edit this. Hey. And I'm going to make this 20 seconds to give me enough time to come here and to play. And now it's counting down. So I'm looking at you, we're counting down, it's all good to go. So we have 3 seconds. Now I did the hidden countdown timer for 20 seconds. So now it's on my countdown end screen and it should be where it's, there you go. And then it switched automatically to this scene over here. So that's a little bit cumbersome, right? Because who's going to remember to, and let me just come back to you guys over here. Who's going to, and actually now that I did that, what I want to do is, this is what I want to do. And I'm just going to come over here. and just come this way. I like that. I like it a lot. And oh no, India. Lock your scenes, India. Jesus Christmas. Oh, Koa woke up. Okay. And let's turn live demo mode off. All right, cool. Now you can see me back to normal. Let's see. Hey there. Yeah. What's poppin', Gary? How are you? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Koa is moving around. I want to make sure she doesn't do anything crazy. All right, she just had to reposition herself. Good. So as you can see, that was a little bit cumbersome with setting up the overlay and the countdown. And if you wanted it, I mean, so if first world problems, what you can do is that you can be ready to eliminate some of that headache. You can be ready. You don't set a countdown timer where it switches automatically in the background, and you can just press your next scene button. That's a simple answer. But for me, I like my workflow to be automated, and that's how I have my current countdown timer. That there is the visible countdown timer. So if we go back, right, this intro here, let me just change this for now so I can talk to you guys. This particular intro here, you can see that I have the timer on the screen. It's on the left-hand side of the screen. And that timer, right, I talk to you guys, I come in, let the algorithm do its thing or whatever. And then once that countdown timer is done, it switches to my next scene for me. So I like having it that way. So especially when there's a longer timer, because that helps me then get everything else ready in the background, whether I'm switching out my lights, I'm putting my headphones on, I'm figuring out the comments, making sure everything is good. So the countdown timer also helps me to really get into the stream as it's all actually live, that I want to be able to just forget about hitting the next scene. And as soon as the music is done, the countdown timer is done, we switch to the scene automatically, the next one automatically, and we're good to go. So being able to use the hidden countdown timer within Ecamm is cool, but I don't like this this thing over here where we have to manually pause it and you know, do that whole thing. So I am going to try that recommendation from Paul to record it, and see what that looks like coming in, bringing it in and things. So we'll work on that, and that is like kind of a to be continued. Albert says, if I get a chance, I'll try to use this in OBS and Ecamm to see if Uno overlays have similar behavior. My gut is telling me that they did their initial development in OBS, and OBS may be mature. That, you know, yes and no. So the reason why I say yes and no is because in theory, this is a web-based page, and the directions, right, to copy this, the directions are going to be, that's the same link, whether you're using this link itself to get this overlay that we just did, doesn't change. So if I wanted to send you, if I created this overlay for you, I can send you this overlay. You can use this. Ooh, I'm actually helping out, the total side note, but related, but not. Thank you, Albert. I have a coaching client that I'm helping out with that I found through a networking group that I'm a part of, and he uses OBS. And one of the things that he wants to do is the overlays and stuff like that. So this, Albert, thank you. So I can see this. I have to like sell it to him with a caveat, right? But this, so here's the thing so thinking out of the box in a situation like that, with those type of customers and with those type of individuals. So he's a marketing person. He has his business. He reached out to me because he wants to look as good as I look. I mean, no one's going to look as good as I look on camera. Hello, come on. You guys know this, but he wants to look great with the backgrounds and the overlays the way I do it, like especially the way I do it for the bank. He's not technical with anything like that. So obviously I can show him the thought processes, and what I'm helping him with is, one is how to use OBS. So how do you bring a camera into OBS? How do you bring an overlay into OBS? So I'm going to walk him through that. But then he also really wanted lower thirds. He really wanted some visuals. And so this will eliminate someone like him having to go to Canva and create them from scratch, or having to buy them from, someone. And that's not my business. I'm not a developer. I'm a teacher, right? I'm a consultant. I'm a coach. I can help you through using software and things like that, but I'm not a graphic designer. So I'm not creating any of that stuff for anyone. So here is definitely where I can see me using this from my business perspective with helping individuals. That's a great point. So made me a little bit happier now, because this, like I said, for me, will help my customers do what they're looking to do and also save them time. So, a countdown timer. I know that one of the things that he wanted to do is definitely lower thirds. So if we want to go, if you go to type, and you can customize these over here and you can choose lower thirds. So here's the thing with me as his coach. We can work together in Zoom. We can do a screen share, or I can walk him through the website where we're both on the website, and he can point out different things. So if he tells me, you know what, India, I like this one here, and he wants to do that lower third, well, I can help him customize it, grab the link, and that's it, right? So we'll use his brand colors. We'll use his name and the title and stuff like that. Use that, copy that link, move straight into OBS, and then he can bring that into OBS, and he has to do no other work. And that'll take us all of 5 minutes, let's say, right? It's not going to take long, because all he's really doing is putting his name, his official title, and if he wants to change the colors. These are off. That's weird. So let's turn these on. So if you want to have 2 lines, or if you want to have 1, again, what do you want that to look like, or whatever. So you can mess around with it, change the colors and stuff like that. And you're good to go. So, okay, I can see the value from that perspective. And sometimes it's hard, right? Because we use this stuff, and I do this stuff for me, it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. But for someone who really is just starting off, or this is not, right? I'm doing 100 days of live streaming. So this is something that I'm doing, I don't want to say full time, but it feels like close to full time. For someone or even like my peers in my industry, other bankers, other loan officers, real estate attorneys, this can be huge for that niche audience. Here's the end result. Those people are on Zoom all the time. They don't, and if they're not already Windows users, they aren't going to invest in buying a computer if it's not enough for them, right? If they just want to go on a Zoom meeting, they're not doing everything else. And so a lot of those people will resort to OBS, but they want to do all these extra things. I can see where this is going to make money, and this will bring value into that community. And so for you guys, whoever, is still on, if you guys are some sort of if you are in a position where you do some sort of consulting, you are doing some sort of coaching, if that's kind of what you do, similar to what I do outside of the live streaming, this can be a big part of what your business is, with helping your customers really create quick graphics to look professional on screen. Because like I said, at that point, if I kind of start from scratch, let's do this. And then we'll kind of wrap up. Today was a longer live stream. We're almost at 2 hours, but I enjoyed what we were doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a brand new overlay, and I'm going to bring in 2 cameras. I'm going to bring in my iPhone because I'm working over here with you guys. Do tall. Yeah. Cool. Bring this over here. And then I'm going to do another camera overlay. Make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's okay. And what I want to do is, what does this one look like? So that's my behind the shot over here. So we're going to leave that like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, I guess we can, since I'm already here on this page, I'm going to customize these. So line 1, so here we have, depending on which one you're going to use. So if you're going to use just one line, which is this one here, you would use this secondary oh, I got to do screen share. Sorry, guys. My bad. So I'm going to save this scene, come back to screen share. Okay, here we are. So what I was saying was can you guys see? Yep. So we're going to go from left to right. So on the left-hand side, you have your overlays, and they're both off right now. So you can choose. Do you want it to have your overlay, your lower third? Do you want it to have one line, the way it shows on the screen now? Or do you want it to have 2 lines, the way it looks now? And so if you want it to have one line, now we're moving over 1 column towards the right. This says lower line number 1, show. That's where you would customize that one there. If you want to do the lower where it's 2 lines, which is the one I'm actually going to use, you're going to turn that one on. And then this is the box. So this middle box here is the one where you're going to customize it. So then I'm going to customize the top line, and I'm just going to put my name, India Delgado. And then I'm just going to put my business, I Delgado, if I can spell, Productions, LLC. That should work. Cool. Perfect. And so if I wanted to change, so here's another thing. It doesn't tell us, right? So what this blue color, trying not to get mad. Does any of this? Okay. Okay, there you go. So I wish there was a better way, because all of these were black, but you can see, and that's probably a beta thing, right? So I'm having a hard time being forgiving at this point. But because that's what I was trying to figure out, which is the blue, because they were all black. But we can go back. So let's say I want to put that back to white. So I did like that. Let's say I'll leave that in white. And then this second one, I don't know. I feel like this is trial and error. Okay. Cool. So, all right, now that makes sense. And now so you have your white, your red, and the text. Now you have your text. And so there I can see that. So the text where my name, India Delgado, that's the primary text, which is the top, and that's in black. And then my accent text color, which is I Delgado Productions. Okay. That's in white. Let's see what this gloss effect is. That's pretty cool. Could be distracting. Pretty cool. It changes the colors a little bit. Is that me, or check that out? Look at the red. Mr. Information Man Show. Yeah. What's poppin', bro? How are you? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So I do like the gloss effect, but I think that's kind of weird. So the gloss effect, look at the white. The white, it goes from white to like white and gray. Semantics. Okay, so I'm going to leave this as is. We're going to do what we've been doing. We're going to copy this output URL, and then I am going to go back, turn on live demo mode. You are watching live demo mode. I'm going to go back to the scene that I just did, which was this one here. And I just want this to come in as a lower third. So I'm going to come to my overlays box, click on the world, which is the widget. And I'm just going to label this Overlays.Uno lower third IDL P. I'm going to paste the address, keep this running, add the widget overlay, and now here you go. So this is cool. You can either keep it in the middle, kind of like this. So if I wanted to make this a little bit smaller, bring this up a little bit. So if you wanted to put this in the middle, if let's say, and what I want to do is I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to drag this to show in all scenes. So now as I switch through my scenes, this lower third is in every single one of my scenes, right? So even here, if I just wanted to move this over, but now check this out. Remember what we just did before. Let's just go back to the scene that we just created here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this camera. You can see the outlines of this overlay is taking up all of that dead space. And so you always want to try to eliminate that dead space, because as you bring in other overlays, let's say there's 46 days to go, it becomes, you see, if I'm trying to drag, it kind of can get, that's actually working pretty well. But sometimes it can get a little bit of a bit of a pain in the butt with how you use it and how, oh, don't do that. And that's what I don't like. You want to be careful with that, because you just don't want, as you're putting multiple overlays on the screen, let me just hide that again. You don't want it to interfere. So what we just did is just taking advantage of the crop function of cropping this overlay. So in your keyboard, you're just going to hit the Option key first. Then you're going to wait for, just get your handlebars to the top, tighten this up all the way down as close as possible. The same thing, take this, tighten this up all the way down. And now this is as small as it's going to get. But as we embiggen this, as we make this larger, the quality stays the same. That lower third name, as when you stop hovering it, it comes off. It does look a little distracting. And now if I bring my back, that's pretty cool. I actually like that. You know, like I said, thinking of it from a, just trying to get this centered as best as possible. All right, that's cool. That's all right. That's actually pretty nice from a not having to go into Canva and do the work, because right in Canva or in even Ecamm, right, with building blocks, how they do their stuff, you got to bring in one box, you got to do this stuff. Like this was kind of easy, for lack of better words. It was definitely easy. It was definitely done quick. It looks good on screen. So for someone that just wants, and that's when, you know, when my customer, when he hit me up and he was like, listen, I just want simple things that I can bring on the screen, kind of like, you know, what you do. I just need it to be talking points. He does like a lot of LinkedIn Live and stuff like that, that he just wanted simple things. This can definitely be one of the options for him. So I'm looking at the time. It was telling me that I have to leave at 6:22 tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, what? I don't have to leave at 6:22 a.m. tomorrow, but on Sunday I do. So Sunday is the TD Bank 5-Borough Bike Tour. I'm very excited for that. And I have to drive my car into New York, into Staten Island, because that's where, so it's starting in New York City and we'll wrap up here. If you guys have any more questions with these overlays, let me know. Let me turn off live demo mode. And we'll leave this on the screen here. And I'll just hang out for a little bit to see if you have any questions on it. You know, definitely much better. Even just wrapping up with this, the text on the screen looks great. I do like that. I like being able to customize it. I like the options that they have. And from someone who doesn't want to go into Canva and doesn't, you know, not to, even if what, like Paul mentioned earlier today, even if it ends up being $5 a month, that's actually a really good price point. For if they're going to give you everything, that's a really good price point. They definitely need to tighten up some of the things that we saw with like the images and explaining better. I need to figure out what that Stream Deck plugin is. So I'll reach out to them. The evening, I'm done for tonight. So I'll reach out to them tomorrow morning and see, as soon as I get a response, see what they say. And I'll keep you posted with that. But like I was mentioning, so the TD Bank 5-borough bike tour is on Sunday. Robert Kennedy III and I and his brother, we're in the third wave. So we start at 8:40. So we're all going to meet. So like that, we can do the ride together, which is really exciting. I'm stoked for that. And so we start in Manhattan, in lower Manhattan, and it ends, you do the 5 boroughs, ending in Staten Island. And so for me, I'm like, all right, well, what does that look like for me? Because a lot of people are actually renting hotels. They're staying there for the weekend so that they're already in the city and stuff like that. But I'm just doing it for that day event. So I was trying to figure out where I can leave my car, because the problem is that if I leave my car at the finish line, I have to get there early enough and then take public transportation or an Uber from the finish line to the starting line. So that was my thought process. Let me see where I can leave my car, because then once the finish line is up, then at least my car is there and I can, come back home. And so I did a little bit of research today, and I have to, so I can take the Staten Island ferry. So the finish line is in Staten Island by some outlets. So I'm going to leave early enough so that I get there. I'm thinking to get there around 6:45. So it's going to take me an hour and 20 minutes. So I have to leave my house around 5:30. Fun. Yay. Park, hopefully in the outlets there. And then the Staten Island ferry is literally right there when I looked at the map. Jump on the ferry, get into the city, and then I have to see exactly where in Lower Manhattan we're starting, because I know that the ferry leaves you by the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel in Lower Manhattan. I have to see where our wave is starting, because we may need to jump on the train and get a little bit closer depending on where we are. So RK3 and I, we are going to meet in Staten Island. We spoke a little bit earlier today. We're going to meet in Staten Island and take the ferry together and head into the city. So I'm really excited for that, but that means I have to leave really early on Sunday morning. And then tomorrow I'm doing an expo for work, and I have to leave. I don't even know how long I have to be there at 11. So I probably have to leave by 9:15, 9:30ish. And that's the event is from 12 to 3. The event is from 12 to 4, but I'm the last speaker from 3 to 3:30, and then we're doing giveaways. So that's my weekend. And then we're doing ladies' night tomorrow night, and Gigi will be on. That's exciting. So Albert says, oh, look. Oh, so look, perfect example. Thank you, Albert. You are getting a lot of dings tonight. Okay, cool. Gigi is texting me the information. So yes, they're close, but I don't know where I'm starting at. So I got to look again. I'm hoping that I don't have to take the train, because I'm already going to be like, I'm going to have my I got to fix. So here's the other part with the logistics, is that I have cycling shoes, which are clip in. So those of you guys, I know like Gigi uses the Peloton, Evie uses the Peloton. You can't walk in those shoes. So I'm going to have my bike. I do have a bike bag, so I'm going to put some stuff in the bike bag. I think I'm going to take like the $5 Old Navy flip-flops that I can shove in my bike bag and use that. And that's my concern. I'm going to have to be like, I don't want to be like throwing my bike over my shoulder and going down the subway steps and going through the turnstile. I'm not about that. And then not at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I hope that where the starting line is, it's right around the ferry somewhere where I can just put my shoes on and just ride to the starting line. But we'll see. I am going to document it. I have my GoPro and all the stuff. I'm actually going to document both things. So I was talking to Diana earlier today, and she said that I stole her idea, and I absolutely did steal her idea. So for my TikTok, my India Does Mortgages TikTok, like today I was visiting realtors. I did some business development and I visited 3 different real estate offices. I talked to an owner, I talked to an office manager, a realtor, and a sales admin person. And so we were talking about vlogging and putting that on our social media. And so I was like, oh man, that's actually a really cool idea of vlogging, like when I do for my India Does Mortgages, vlogging what that looks like, going into different real estate offices. And some people may not let us, but like even if it's me walking right in front of the real estate office and then maybe vlogging the business cards, you know, the card of the business owner and saying what that experience was like, and the area. So that's one perspective. Then the other thing, but I didn't do that today because I talked to Diana after I did the business development. But like for tomorrow, for my India Does Mortgages channel, I'm going to take my GoPro and just put that on my channel. So do really quick vlogs of what the expo setup looks like, right? So like think of like B-roll where I take the GoPro and I go to like all through the desks of all the people who are in the expo. So like the realtors, the attorney's office, and kind of like do like a slow-mo thing like that. And then as it starts to get packed, kind of do, you know, pictures and stuff. So sharing the day tomorrow. So I'm actually going to do that on my channel. So if you guys are not following me on TikTok, it's India Does More. I have 2 accounts. Y'all are not going to start nothing today. My India Does Mortgages on TikTok is what is poppin'. How are you? Let me bring this up over here. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'm actually excited to see what that looks like. And to do it. So with the GoPro, you can use landscape and portrait mode. So to use the GoPro in portrait mode, what I might mess with tonight is that you can actually stream. But it's for my TikTok channel, so I won't do that. You have been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, I have been streaming for 2 hours. Today we went through a lot of stuff with the Uno overlays, so I'm not even mad at it. Albert says, once you complete your Uno overlay, where is the idiot button to move your changes to Ecamm? So what you want to do, that's a good question, Albert. I'm not even mad at you for asking that question. Let me see. So which one, Gigi, which one are you excited to see? Are you excited to see tomorrow, the event, or are you excited to see the 5-borough bike tour? Let me know. What am I doing? I'm changing to, I want to do live demo mode. Sorry, I lost track of what I'm doing. So we're going to go to screen share so you can see the screen option. Actually, I don't need to turn live demo mode on. I just need to go. So you can see my mouse, Albert. So once you have your overlay customized the way you want, you're just going to come up here to this copy URL. Then in Ecamm, what you want to do, I actually do need to turn on live demo mode. In Ecamm, what you want to do is in your overlays box. So you see I'm moving my overlays box now. What you want to do is in your overlays box down on the bottom, you have where you can add a new overlay. You want to click on where the world is. That opens up another box. And there where it says widget URL, you're going to paste that widget URL there. You hit add widget overlay and then it shows up on your page the way mine showed up over here. Let me know if that worked for you. Thank you, Paul. Paul is just reminding you guys, if you enjoyed what we went over and you enjoy it, you want to support my channel, feel free to buy me a cup of coffee or 2 or 3 here. And he is reminding you guys, if you haven't already hit that like button, be sure to make sure you hit that like button on the way out. I think that's Paul's silent way of telling me to shut up and end the stream. Pirate Broadcast says, is it wrong that I don't even have Ecamm, just here for the support? No, it's not wrong. Do you have a Windows or a Mac? If you have a Mac, you need to try out Ecamm. Affiliate link in the description below, indiad.live/Ecamm. So you can definitely check it out. If not, I would tell you to scrub through some of this because if you do have Windows and you use like OBS or Vmix, I don't know if you can bring in web-based. Sean, if you're still here, Mr. Information Man, I know you use StreamYard. If you're still here, Sean, can you bring in widget overlays, kind of like this thing on the bottom here? Can you bring that into StreamYard? I don't know. I've never used StreamYard. Let me know. Gigi is saying screen was too dark. Got it. That's not what Gigi said, but anyway. But Gigi said that she's excited to see the Fibro bike tour. I'm excited for that too because I'm actually going to mount the GoPro. Oh, I forgot to get the snap thing. That's okay. So I'm going to have the GoPro for the most part mounted on my helmet, and then I'm going to vlog me and RK3 and his brother. I'm actually really excited for that because we're going to start at the finish line, the three of us together, or at the start line. We're going to kind of do the ride together. So it's going to be cool to have some buddies. So that's really exciting. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll be vlogging some of that event. And then I'm thinking about if I can maybe put the camera or something on a tripod facing me when I speak, because I am going to be speaking for 30 minutes and doing that presentation. So that's my weekend. I feel like I'm already losing my voice. So he says, this is the hint. Paul says, have a great weekend, everyone. See you tomorrow. None of my music is working. Hold on. Not that one. Ooh. All right, so that might be why. So my sound effects are not working in Ecamm. I may need to restart my computer. That's cool. So we're going to end it here. Thanks, Paul. I am a little tired, and I do feel my voice. So what that means is that by the end of the night tomorrow, I'll probably have lost my voice. But that's all right. Hey, okay, there you go. Well, hold on. I know Paul's going to yell at me. We're going to end it. We're going to end it. We're ending it. I put my music on. You know what that means, Paul, when I put the music on. All right, I lowered it just a little bit. So definitely, Pirate Broadcast, check out this Overlays.Uno because you can bring in widget-based overlays, and they had some cool stuff. I went through some stuff tonight. So I would say absolutely check it out. I spoke about my gripes about things that I didn't like, but then I also spoke about things that I did like. You may or may not like it, but it was pretty cool. For free overlays and to bring it into your stream, actually pretty decent. Paul is laughing. Paul, leave me alone. When you chat with Uno, tell them that their title bar should be different, should be a different or lighter color. Oh, I see what you're saying, because the gray, you mean the gray on top, that kind of got washed out for you? I can tell them that. I can tell them to maybe make those white. Listen, don't be getting me to go, because you guys know that I will. Where is my end scene? All right, you guys. I love you guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow evening for ladies' night. And like I said, Gigi will be on, and we're going to do what we do with the pod decks and have a good time and just wrap up the evening. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for a great stream today. You guys were awesome. This was fun, as usual. I love you guys. Peace out, you guys. Well, let me hide this overlay. Let's fix this. How many days do we have to go, Paul? 46 days. There you go. All right, what do we got here? I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Luis, for sticking through. I appreciate you. There is the link.